Would you please, all of you, say your name when you start to ask your question? Thank you.
Hello, I'm Dexter Nash, and I'm in the 10th grade. I just wanted to ask you guys, what is your position on the construction of both the Northern Gateway Pipeline and the Kinder Morgan Pipeline?
Thanks for your question. With respect to the Northern Gateway, we are unequivocally opposed to that, although we do need to subject it, in fact both pipelines, to a Made in BC environmental review process. Kinder Morgan has still not submitted their application. We do have a general sense of what they're proposing, but they haven't submitted the application yet. We haven't seen all of the evidence yet for that proposal. But Adrian Dix, I think this is what Adam was referring to, made some remarks the other day which suggested that he doesn't see that the future for Vancouver should involve the expansion of bitumen exports through Vancouver, but all proponents deserve due process, and we will subject both of those projects to a Made in BC environmental review. The Liberals.
Thanks, Gary. Thank you.
Thanks for your question, Dexter. Obviously an excellent question given some of the challenges and decisions we have to make in British Columbia. Our Premier and our party has been clear on the Northern Gateway Pipeline. There's 5 conditions we have to meet before we could even consider the pipeline. And as you may know, those are that they must pass the environmental review process, they must be agreed by First Nations communities in the north, they must also have state-of-the-art on-land and in-sea spill response mechanisms in case there is an accident. And finally, British Columbia has to get a share of some of the benefits that accrue from that pipeline. All of those things have to happen before we can even consider it. So we need to see a proposal. Our environment in the north is not negotiable, but we do have to consider undertaking projects that could benefit the province if they're done properly. On Kinder Morgan, I think we're generally supportive. As you may know, Kinder Morgan's pipeline is a twinning of an existing pipeline. We already have many pipelines that run through British Columbia. The new Kinder Morgan pipeline would be state-of-the-art and would be a twinning.
Thank you.
Thanks.
The Green Party is the only party that is unwavered in our opposition to pipelines and to the increase or to the current oil transportation, bitumen transportation off the west coast of British Columbia and Canada. We stand on that position. And we look forward to being in the legislature to hold this, whatever government is elected, to account on that position, because we stand with British Columbians on that, and the polls have shown that for the last number of years. My experience in government suggests that we should take a position in advance, because it saves a lot of money and it lets those companies know where they can put their money and where they can invest. And I would also say that we need to take a stand on the bitumen that is being transported off our coast right now, today, this week, that nobody, opposition or government, has been talking about, and it has been increasing. And we have not had a discussion about that, and that is not appropriate.
Thank you.
Dexter, this is a great question. And you know what? You're not going to get the right answers no matter what happens. It's going to be a long time before the answers are going to come out on this. However, just so you know, I'm actually in favor of it. I think what's going to have to happen, though, there's going to be 2 processes before I put my ink to that paper. The first would have to be is it has to be environmentally approved by not only just us, but British Columbia, but of all of Canada, because this is a deal for all of Canada. Secondly, there has to be us that's going to put the refinery up. I don't want these jobs and I don't want this oil and all this stuff to be exported overseas or whatever. We need to look after us, Canadians, first. And then at that point, we should look at outside of the world. So that's what I would do. But it has to make all the environmental standards and everything of Canada first.
Thanks a lot.